So I've only streamed this game once so far. I started streaming this game on the 18th of February. It is currently the 7th of March. It is well over 2 weeks later. And I kind of wanted to get to this a bit earlier. But then Twitch announced, oh, we're not going to be holding on to like old VODs anymore past a certain point of like Twitch highlights and stuff. You better get all this stuff moved to another place or, we're going to automatically delete it after like, after April here. And so I started working on that. And then my PC got reset. Well, my OS drive, and I backed up my files. Which, very lucky, I did check, like, booting this game up after my OS reset. And it did not have my save file. Like, it didn't do, like, a save data cloud backup after the first time. It still had my test file in slot 10. Like, that was still around, but it didn't actually save what I did with the last stream. Luckily, when my PC was running into issues and couldn't boot, and I booted into Linux to make a backup of my whole C drive before I reset it, I still have access to, like, my old C drive backup. So I tracked down where the save data was located on, like, the old backup that I made. Thank you, Linux. Tracked it down, I shoved it in the folder here, and then bam, here's my save data. If I didn't have that backup, then I would have had to redo the entire first stream over. And if that wasn't enough insult to injury, just during the last stream that I did here of just anything at all, which was Fire Emblem Binding Blade, I believe that's what I was streaming, right? When all hell broke loose, my camera died. No, wait. I was streaming a birthday stream thing of Snoopy versus the Red Bear, and it died in that. And then Fire Emblem Binding Blade is what I did, like, later on that night. So I reached out to the company, the ObsBot is its name, the manufacturers of my camera, and I detailed my issues, said, like, hey, is there some troubleshooting steps here, like, any drivers or anything, like, or does it just need repairs? And they were like, you know what, we'll just send you another one. We need, like, the original one first, though. So send it to this address, tell us your PayPal email, and we'll, recoup the shipping costs and then send you another one. So earlier today, I boxed up my fancy schmancy camera that I've been using for the past 5 months. I haven't had it very long. That I was just using during the last stream of this. And I shipped that out. It's probably going to take a little while to reach them, and then it's probably only when they receive it and they, like, have confirmed got it that I get sent another one. So, for this foreseeable future, I'm back to using my 30 FPS, not as great resolution camera here. And man, after using a 60 FPS camera for so long and going back and looking at, like, 30 FPS here, it's... yeah, I'll get another one sent to me that I can use for another 5 months. So, my primary camera is now what was my secondary cam / my old primary cam. So this was the one that would have just been, like, the doggo cam last time, is now what is looking at me. And now the secondary cam at the 3D printer is my old secondary camera that I specifically picked up as, like, a doggo cam secondary camera many, many years ago. This one's a C922, that one's a C920. I needed to, like, I got my new camera when I needed to replace the secondary camera anyway, so I figured may as well replace the primary one, and then the primary becomes the new secondary. Because that one likes to die sometimes. At Fragapalooza, it got, like, its video got all funny, and it would get, like, streaks across it, and weird green lines and stuff, and it would look like some sort of emergency broadcast from Mars. And after I brought it back home, it started, like, the picture started working okay. But the video on it is delayed by about a full 2 seconds. So, like, if I wave, like, sometimes it seems to work okay. But if I wave, like, my hand in front of it or something, like that, yeah, that's not gonna show up for a second. Look, and then, look at that. So, yeah, it's substantially delayed. If I ever do, like, any 3D print cam stuff, that probably doesn't matter as much. Like, the one that matters a lot more is me. Like, are my lips in sync? Is my movement in sync? Like, something that's going on in the background there isn't as important. But I do also notice, like, a difference in colors with, like, my fancy schmancy camera compared to this one. So, yeah, it's not gonna be as good. But hey, we're running original graphics mode for the game here. Let's use a significantly shittier camera, and it's going to feel a lot more authentic. So, forgive the unprofessionalism here. I don't know when I'm getting a fancy camera back, and we're gonna be stuck with this for a little while. But hey, it's the camera that I used on this channel for like 6 years, so we're just going back to it, you know? We're just using it again. But yeah, sure, your webcam is probably still nicer than yours. Logitech C525 for you. I guess, I mean, the numbers are higher on mine, if that means that it's nicer. If mine's a C922 here. And, you know, these cameras have worked great for their price. Like, I remember getting this camera on sale for, like, $50 Canadian. And it's still working, like, just fine 6 years later. Like, this camera has served me very well. Like, of course, like, the frame rate and the picture isn't quite as good as something fancy schmancy like I was using before. But, like, it does what it needs to, and it continues to last. So, that was absolutely a $50 well spent there. No doubt. I forget what I'm doing now, because it's been 2.5 weeks since the last time I played this video game, because I've been dealing with one thing after another. I mean, come back to her, don't get yourself killed. So, Final Fantasy VII here was like the last thing that I was able to cut up into parts before the great purge was announced. I don't know how to phrase it here. So, I go to the Twitch video producer now. And it's just like, over storage limit. We'll be implementing a 100-hour storage limit across highlights and uploads starting April 19th, 2025. You are currently over the 100-hour limit. Yeah, just by a little bit. 10,000 hours of highlights I have. Which doesn't mean I have like 10,000 hours of streams over the past 6 years. You'd probably want to divide that by 2 to get about the true-ish amount of streams. Maybe even a little bit less than 2. Because there's like parts for everything and a stream for everything. So if you look here, here's the Final Fantasy stuff where it's like, hey, here's all these parts, and then like the full stream. So each stream you can kind of double it, and then some events, stuff like that, would have like even multiple highlights made of it, because maybe there'd be some highlights that go into this playlist, some highlights that go into this playlist. Like maybe I'm doing a 24-hour cherry stream or a LAN event, and it's like, okay, here's a highlight of the full LAN event, and highlights of the individual games that were done during the stream, and then parts of those games. So I have definitely not streamed for over 10,000 hours over the past 6 or 7 years, but that is a lot to go through here. You believe me if I told you that I have a perfect meme for this moment as well? What with Final Fantasy VII or like my camera stuff? What be it? What be the meme I would like to see? So I just haven't really been highlighting my recent stuff, so I highlighted this stuff, like cut it into parts the same way that I usually do. I have found that loading screens in this game are pretty fast, so I've been needing to put all these little notes about like, yeah, just take out a few frames at the end or some stuff at the beginning, just because I can't end it like perfectly on a black screen when I can only go to like the exact second mark rather than the millisecond mark when cutting things up in the Twitch highlighter. So I need to make a little bit of additional trimming in YouTube Studio afterwards. But that was the last time that I highlighted something, was stream 1 of this. Because the following day, I got this alert, and it's like, yeah, you're not going to be allowed to use the highlighter tool ever again until you get under this 100-hour mark, and when there's 10,000 stuff. So, for the past while now, I've been frantically exporting everything that I can. The only things that I downloaded and directly cut into parts was my Pokemon Conquest playthrough, so I could still upload that, and this stream of Fire Emblem Binding Blade. Everything else, I figure I'll just wait until I get access to the Twitch highlighter tool again, because it is a lot to be downloading it, taking up a bunch of space in my drives, putting in my video editing software, cutting it up into parts, rendering each individual part, uploading each of those individual parts, as opposed to just to like specify stop point, end point, have them all, you know, process at once, and then export, and then like bam, done. Is a lot easier going process, and I figure, hey, there's no rush on some of this stuff, so things like this Snoopy versus the Red Baron playthrough, it'll go up whatever it goes up, essentially. Put in Discord more so related to Final Fantasy VII. Alright, what's going on here? What's happening over here? Yeah, this is very much what it is. I have a one along those lines in my going live folder. Hold on. Just under my generic game title, in case I'm looking for memes, but I don't have a one for a specific game. This is literally me right now. Like, maybe not in terms of the last 6 months, but this is essentially me right now. Yeah. So, there's that one that I'll probably post as like a going live notification one day. It seems about right. Hope it's going well today, or Dora Master. Yeah, that's gonna be me with Final Fantasy VII. But I'm making good progress here. I found out that I can only export 100 videos a day. Like, YouTube has a daily upload limit, and it has a daily, like, custom thumbnail limit of probably 100-ish as well. So every single day I've been putting like 2 to 3 hours of work in, of like slowly converting all my collections here into like YouTube playlists that are just called vods of X thing. They're unlisted videos but public playlists, so you can track down like the playlist easy peasy, and I'll link them in descriptions and stuff. But like the videos themselves won't be searchable unless you find the playlist, so it's just archived for storage purposes. Like, for example, this playlist here now exists on YouTube with like the full uncut streams for preservation purposes and stuff like that. So I've been slowly moving all that stuff over. But again, I can only export like 100 a day, so 2 to 3 hours every day I'm typically putting in, slowly adding to this stuff here, and I mark like the last thing that I exported when it cuts me off, so like when I can resume the next day doing like 100 stuff. I'm having trouble with some of these things that are over 12 hours, because it says processing abandoned, it's too long. Some things just don't export properly, and then I write them down so I can export them the next day after my daily upload limit resets, and all this stuff here. And just other things where it's like, is there like content missing here? I'm gonna have to go through everything. I want to make sure that everything is kind of covered here before I start deleting, and it turns out I deleted something that I shouldn't have deleted. And I'm very, very close. Like, I'm like 2/3 of the way through the Janland content now from just 2 months ago. So I'm very close to caught up here. Some things I'm having trouble with, like some of the Fire Emblem Engage things, are not exporting correctly when they're more than 12 hours. And I can't cut them up into 2 parts of my video editing software because it crashes my video editing software. A problem I haven't run into with some of the other things that were over 12 hours that I've cut into 2 parts, but for whatever reason, Fire Emblem Engage is just cursed. I mean, I know it was a pretty cursed game at points, but like, man, it is continuing to screw me here, and it's a bit of a pain. I'm trying to organize them in like the exact order of occurrence, the collection order and stuff like that, and in cases where that's not applicable, I try to figure out, like, what order were things done in here? What order are they lined up in the video producer? And what order should I put them on in the playlist on YouTube or something or other? And that's just kind of been how things have been going around here lately. Can I check, like, there isn't, like, a hint thing telling me where I need to go next? Because I would know, like, at the end of the last stream, what I'm supposed to do. But right now, I don't. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to go save Aerith. But I don't actually know where that is that I'm supposed to go. I'm gonna be honest with you. What was the one, but yeah, that shows the places where I can go. Was it like, this is the way with the houses and stuff? Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't know. Seems like one of those games where if you don't play it for a while and then you come back, like, you're just kind of screwed. I actually have no idea. Final Fantasy VII long play. Let's just say disc 1, so that there's, like, less stuff to go through, and so that it narrows down the search to, just the original game. Here's the video that I was looking at before, it looks like, when I couldn't figure out how to get through these trains. Hold on. So, where we're at, a bunch of people looked into this stuff up there. Whoa. Hold on. What was this? What? This is a little bit loud. What? Did I skip too far ahead? Okay, this is definitely the thing where I was at. So we just did this, and we escaped, and Mr. Evil President was there, or being, like, all evil and stuff. Like, I'm gonna blow it all up just because there's a small group of people that I want to take out. Everything dies. Also, am I, oh, I'm totally not in original graphics mode, am I? Maybe it, like, resets some of my settings and stuff. Hold on. Because, yeah, there's definitely some blur there to, like, the character models. Here. Settings. Full screen. Original graphic mode. Yeah, that is what I want. Alright, and then I do that. You think there's a hint system? Ha, this is true blue JRPG. No hints in-game for you. Yeah, time to use the interwebs for it then. So, yeah, we went this way. He's having his headaches and stuff about udon noodles. And then here, yeah, okay, we get some exposition about, like, Aerith and stuff, and how she met her mom. Yeah, all that stuff happened. And then when they're like, hey, she's an important person that, like, escaped from our facility or something, which I don't actually completely remember. Should I recap? I'll recap between streams or something. Yeah. This is just, like, an important person and stuff. And then, yeah, Marlene's being looked after there. So we go to the Shinra building. Ain't no train that goes up there anymore. Let's just go to Wall Market. We might be able to find something there. What's Wall Market? Is that the place that I just, like, ran past? So what does Mr. Dudo in the video do? So they're going back past this way. So they are continuing on. So, like, this place? And then does something happen over... No, not over there. So by continuing on this way, they climb up a wire there that's, like, past the Wall Market or something. I don't know. Let's just go, I guess. I don't know here. Oh, I have to hit X to, like, let me advance in the first place. When I was first starting this up before starting the stream, I thought my controller was broken and just wouldn't register inputs because I kept trying to use the D-pad and it didn't do anything, and it still kind of annoys me. You should be able to menu with D-pad. Maybe I can in Final Fantasy VII Remake and stuff. Okay, so I think I know kind of where to go then, probably. I'm pretty sure. This away we go. And then, was it across here? It's on the ground down there. It's the thing that screwed me up before. There's gonna be more killer houses coming after me, I'd bet. Hope the volume leveling is okay, because again, like, my OS got reset since the last time I streamed, so, I don't really know what the volume is like. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that's actually not that much damage for such a crazy looking attack. Not too bad. Suicide drop. Ow. Rude. Sure, so you wanna be a big shot. Intensify Spampton. That's not even dead. I gotta keep on doing stuff here. Darn you. Get out of here, you killer house. Be gone with you. Man, when you get to see my inputs, you get to see, like, how I fidget when I don't have anything else to do. That you normally wouldn't see. This is one of those games where inputs really don't matter. I really like showing my inputs on screen if I'm doing, like, an action game and there's layout space. For something like a turn-based game or, like, a semi-turn-based game like this, it really doesn't matter. Like, who cares what buttons I'm pressing? You can just tell by looking at the game screen. But I just had space on the layout, and I was like, I may as well slap it there. Like, there's layout space here. It's a 4x3 game, so I may as well, like, populate space with, like, the other elements, right? But yeah, I don't judge. I also fidget with stuff when there's nothing to do. Fair enough. Or sometimes when I'm streaming, I'll, like, fidget around with, like, different things I've been 3D printing lately, because I always have a bunch of 3D prints on my desk. Here's some ladybugs that I've been 3D printing lately. They're kind of fun. I'll take them to this gardening event that I'm going to, like, go sell a bunch of 3D printed stuff at. I printed this pot, like, just before the stream started. This little thing where Bob, it's 3 walls thick. Just a pretty thin little thing. Printed it in vase mode, which means it has no infill. It's just walls surrounding a open space. And, of course, you know, bottom floor. It's kind of cute. So I've been fidgeting around with that a little bit today. So it's somewhere back there. Here, let me go ahead and save here really quickly. Engages in intense thought mode. Thinking up a structure to build a Minecraft. Meanwhile, my hotbar jumping between item 1 and 2 rapidly. But which item to use there? Yeah, I go ahead and I save here. Yes, please. So I'm in Wall Market. So I made it to the place. Save files have been synced. I'm glad I was doing it this time. Because, yeah, I remember stream 1, there was, like, a thing where it couldn't connect to the internet, which, considering my OS got reset, that almost screwed me if I didn't have a backup of my old C drive. Want to see something awesome? Follow me! I want to see something awesome! Let's go! I so want to see something awesome. This looks like something you would see in, like, I don't know, Persona 5 Tactica DLC. Or, like, oh, dang it. There was something else I was going to say first, but then I listed my second example first. Now I don't remember what the first example was. Oh, I remember. I've been remembering a bunch of my old playthroughs and details about them as I continue to export crap. This could be like a kind of aesthetic that you would see surrounding the painter boss of Bravely Default 2. a game I really didn't like, but has been coming back to me as I export a whole bunch of crap. Everyone climbed up this wire. It looks scary, brr. Can we climb it? Yeah, it leads to the upper world. Alright, we'll climb the wire. There's no way we can do this. You know how far it goes up? There is a way. Look, what's that look like? And this person said that a bunch of children just went up there. Just a normal wire. Oh yeah? Well, to me it looks like a golden shiny wire of hope. Ah, yes. You're right. This is the only way to save Aerith. Okay, that was a bad analogy, but Barrett, I understand how you feel. Let's go. Heck yeah! Oh, I have to press the interact thing. We're jamming here. Except I can't jam as well as I could last stream because I'm 30 FPS instead of 60 FPS and it sucks. I'm looking over at OBS and seeing my movement, with not being the most terrible thing ever, but it's not silky smooth like I would like it to be. Should I prepare for what? This away? What? I'm fine. I'm good. I haven't played this game in like 2.5 weeks. I'm mentally prepared. What the hell do I... Am I... For anything? Definitely not like a big boss battle coming right up. Am I... Hold on. What's the cheat button? That shows me what's interactable, right? Oh, well it just shows that... Oh, I could go here though. Maybe if I put a battery in, the repeller might work. Oh. Oh. I need to go get a battery? Wait. I mean, what's the purple thing that there's like 1 pixel of back here? If it lets me go back there. I don't know that it will. Can I... Dang it. A battery? What do you mean if I put a battery in? Like, what? Grab a battery or something. Crap. Might be materia? The purple thing there? If I figured out how to interact with it. Oh, I can go this way. Oh, I don't see anything interactable. So I need a battery. I'm rapidly hitting X in case something's interactable. Like, whatever that purple thing is, it looks like something I'd be able to pick up. I don't know, did the kids have, like, a battery or something that I can just, like, take off them? Can I can't disembark here. Alright, well, I'm lost again. I'm right at that point in the video, so, like, I may as well just really quickly... Wait. They got something earlier that I missed. Because I'll just have to believe the shopkeeper. Wait, they got that from a shop? So they did things, like, in a smarter order. They did things from, like, the get-go. So I guess they went by a shop that I didn't hear. So it's just a shop that's back yonder way. I wouldn't have guessed that I would need to go to, like, a shop and pick up, like, a massive-ass battery that would work here. But they... So you have to go shopping for, Okay, they get, like, some better equipment and stuff. Wait. Go into the plate, you better have a battery. Okay, well, somewhere over there. Okay, alright, I'm going back again. I'm going back again here. Whoops. I hit too many buttons. Too many buttons. Doesn't look like I can speed myself up on this. It does not seem here. That kid's just continuing to stare at me here. Okay, so, whoops, this way, please. And then, in case there's any bigger battle, I should probably stop by the inn that's here. That wouldn't be this, right? Because that's the wrong type of inn. That's in, like, inwards. Not in, like, I can heal here, right? I presume. But, you know, I've played enough video games to not put anything past them. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things that just say inn. So the one that actually says inn, I don't think there's anything that actually says inn, but yeah, I remember this being the inn. Alright, yeah. Get back my little smidge of health from the killer house. Get that back, so I'm all prepared. I'll go get the battery. Thank you very much, please come again. And then I think it was this one up here, it looked like. And I'll save again in a sec. No, it wasn't this one. It was... Oh, the way, good sir. It was this one. No, nope. That's a clothes shop. This is, like, pharmacy. This is items. Would it be this? Nope, it would not be this. Maybe it's in the second half. It's gotta be in, like, the second half, right? Surely. Here, so run this way. And then this is the place where I did my squats. Oh, it's gotta be this place. Surely. Something gun. Come on. Hi. Go up to the plate, you better have batteries. You're gonna sell me something you just found? Hey, you knew? I repaired them, so it's alright. Why do I need batteries to climb up to the plate? I'll find out when you get there. How about 100 gil for each? How many am I buying? Alright, I'll take them. Receive batteries. For each. How much did I just spend? How many batteries did I buy? I have no idea how much gil I had before, so, like, honestly, who knows? Whoa. Will it be worth getting, like, some better things here? I'll get that seems like a significant increase there. I'm using you a decent smidge. Oh, and there's 2 materia slots. Sure, I'll buy one. It'd be nice if you could, like, equip immediately. Here, let me go ahead and say boopity bop. Yeah, you don't have anything on the leather glove right now. Do I have any materia that I can slot in? Oh, did it come with one? Oh, no, it has my ice. Was it in the... It showed that my other item did not currently have a materia in it, and I put this on, and then it carried over what I presume was the materia that was actually in it? Maybe it just shows the slots I'm going to re-equip, and then, like, maybe it automatically carries stuff over when I switch stuff, which would be, like, incredibly convenient. I'm getting more emails from YouTube about video cannot be monetized. I keep on getting those constantly as I export, you know, 100 things per day of full streams. What's up? Hello, Loazi. Another Canadian streamer just finished streaming, so here I am, switching from one Canadian to another. Supporting them Canadian streamers in wake of the current climate in the US, I see. Noah. How's it going today, Azzy? Here, let me go ahead and save while I'm here before I go up there. Yeah, just give me a second. Guess it doesn't actually pull it up immediately. Fine, and yeah, I'm doing pretty alrighty here, apart from the fact that, like, I'm pretty bummed out about my camera dying. During the last stream that I did, my super fancy schmancy camera that I've only had for, like, 5 months just died on me. Like, it still worked, but, like, its motors that would turn left and right, it would keep bashing itself to, like, the side. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just coincidental that, like, the only 2 streamers I regularly watch are Canadians. I figured it was probably something like that, but it was kind of funny to imagine. Let's see here. Like, the company had asked that I'd take a recording showing the problem and, like, send it to them. So I can show a recording that I did here earlier today. Or, not earlier today, yesterday was the case. So, like, this is what was going on my camera, and they wanted to see that I was trying to use, like, the software. So it just kept bashing itself to the side. I just plugged it in. I'm not even touching it. So this was the... If I do touch it. This was the camera that I was just using the last time I streamed Final Fantasy VII. Look how much better, like, the colors and stuff there are. Like, the green for my lights back here are so much more vibrant and, like, nice. I mean, so I'm sure I could use it if I just, like, duct taped it in place. But, like, I want to have it work and stuff. So... yeah, and then I used this camera that you're looking at me with right now to show what it was doing, and it was doing that. So, yeah. So, at least they're willing to send me a replacement, but I need, like, the original one in first, so I shipped that out earlier today. So my fancy schmancy, like, $200-something camera is, like... gonna be replaced at some point here. It's on its way back home, and then they'll send me a replacement. So it's gonna take however long it takes mine to get there, them to receive it, decide like, hey, it's in, we can send another one now that we've received this and you've fulfilled your end. And then however long it takes for them to send me another one. So I have to wait for like 2 shipments, essentially. My shipment there to get there, and their shipment here to get here. So I'm stuck with this camera for a little while, which... you know, isn't terrible, but, like, it's not great in comparison, so stream quality dipping down here a little bit, but, you know, it's better than no cam. Yeah, it's, it does AI tracking, so it's like it can follow me. It was the one where it's like I would move and then the camera would like follow along, or sometimes I would turn off the tracking if it would break a little bit, and sometimes I would just use like the thing that lets me control where it's looking by hand to show like different venues that I'm at. That's something I really liked about that camera, is I could show like the different LAN events and gaming events that I was at without having to like pick up the camera and try to point it around as best as I can. Like I could just use the software to turn it around and show all around and like in really good video quality and stuff. And well, like it's really good for me as someone that attends like a whole bunch of LAN events and like showcasing them, you know? How that... Oh, there we go. Jeez, it might work if I put a battery in. No, I don't think that it was that. Like, it was very much like, I had the tracking off in that case, and I was trying to just like move it manually. And either like some sort of motor issue or like a resistor that prevents it from like being slammed over to the other side, like a physical friction resistor, not like an electrical resistor, was probably giving out or something like that. So like the tracking was off, so something was a little bit crazy. Harmonia's finally trying the most overhyped game in the last 20 years. Yeah, I'll see whether or not it's overhyped. I'll see if it's really all the hubbub. Like, you talk about some of the greatest RPG games of all time, some of the greatest video games of all time. Final Fantasy VII is always one of the ones that comes up. So it's been on my list of like ones to try for a while, because I always want to try like really big names in the gaming industry that everyone says is amazing, like getting around to playing the Metal Gear games or like the Nier games. I didn't actually like the Nier games. The Metal Gear games I really liked. We'll see if this is one that I think is more like Nier or more like or more like Metal Gear, where I feel like the hype is justified or unjustified. Okay, so that's how I get this way. Apparently each remake is a different spin on the story, they're not just the same game. That's what I heard, and that's why I want to play the original game here first. So apparently it does, like, continue, like, one continuous story with the remake games, like they meant to be a trilogy, and tell the same general story as the original game, but taking it... How the hell do I interact with it? There we go. Yeah, battery here too. But taking it a bit of a different direction. So, sometimes I play the original things before, like, later releases, before remake kind of things. Sometimes I just go right into, like, the ultimate best version. But it's especially if the story is different. I do really want to do the original first in this case. So I'm doing this, and then I'll try the remake games eventually. Let's see here. It definitely deserves some hype. Wait, that was Final Fantasy VII? I just realized everyone their mother talks about, but I never played or was interested in it. Fair enough. That's the way that I was for a long time until, like, high school, when I played through like maybe 3 hours-ish, and I just didn't really continue. I played it on an app on my phone, and I think I got confused about what to do next. I just didn't really continue. But now I'm gonna finally see what all the hubbub is about, and we'll see if it's how everyone says it is. But yeah, let's see here. Google it. This game was 1997. Yep, it was the first 3D Final Fantasy game. Nope, this is a PC version. You can play it on Steam. Is the case, like I can show here. Steam version. So it came out on the PlayStation 1 first and foremost, which is why I want to play with a PlayStation controller for a kind of authentic feel. And then it came to PC a year later, and then in like 2012 or something they brought it to Steam, I believe, 2012, 2013. My date of birth, sure, 1966. Probably like $7 or something. 2013, let's see here. I think I probably got it for like $7 or something. Like, I guess $17 normally. If it's on, like, a Steam sale, it's gonna be, like, hella cheap. But yeah, I know that this is a game that really blew a lot of people's socks off for, like, you know, being the first 3D Final Fantasy and still, like, early era of 3D in video games. And having environments that look like this and stuff, making people go, like, holy shit, this is insane. So I'm sure that the graphics are probably like a major contributing factor to this game having made as much of an impact as it did. Looks like the only way is to jump onto that bar. Should make it if I jump before it comes too close. Use okay to jump. Which one's okay? Oops. And I'm not sure whether I would prefer graphics like this or graphics like something like, say, Ocarina of Time. Something like Ocarina of Time, I find, like, the environments are easier to navigate, like, easier to tell what's what, with, like, the bright colors and popping kind of stuff. This game has, like, a lot higher detailed looking background since there are all these PNGs that you walk across, but because they're PNGs that you walk across, sometimes it is so insanely hard to tell, like, what's interactable and what's not, and what I'm able to walk across, what I can't. Like, I've struggled a little bit with this area, for example. So while it does look nice and clean, it is really hard to tell, like, what I interact with or where I can traverse sometimes, admittedly. This game's older than some of your viewers. Wait, technically older than me? Yeah, by 2 years. I just turned 26 3 days ago. So, yeah, I guess this game is 28. I don't know what month it came out. 1966, holy crap, you look really good for 59. Well, thank you. But yeah, and yeah, the graphics really aren't that bad. Like, I think the biggest issue I have with the graphics is just, what can I interact with? But I know that was the trade-off of, like, going for this kind of style with, like, higher detail and stuff like that. Isn't there a setting where you can turn on Witch's Door? Yep, I can do that. But for environments like this, it doesn't really help me all that much. It's this. So it shows me, oh my god. And it shows, like, which are doorways. And that helps. That does help in some instances. But other situations, it doesn't help. And hello, Lozer Notari. That's been an old school RPG where you're supposed to try, like, interact with everything. Yeah. Oh, it is X. Whoops, jumped too soon. Oh, well, that's crap. Crap. Like, again, with the what's interactable, I would think, like, maybe I'd be able to run up this. The answer is no. Okay. So it is X. Yeah. Before it comes too close. So, like, jump too soon. You say before it comes too close, implying that, like, it shouldn't be right when, it's by me. So, not around the middle point, but a little bit further than the middle point. Like that. Jump too soon. What? But yeah, it's definitely handy for marking doorways, but there are other instances where, I wish I knew what the heck was going on. So the only way is to jump onto that bar. So should I do it, like, right when it's at me like that, then? Oh, yeah, apparently so. Okay, when he said before it comes too close, that implied, like, I should do it while it's still traveling towards me. But yeah, for reference, this was released around the same time as Mario 64. Yeah, so both, like, very early era of 3D graphics. And I will find things like Mario 64 or Ocarina of Time a lot easier to tell what the hell is what. Oh, I can walk across this. Like, I would have guessed that this was just another part of the environment, and I would have thought I'd have to jump down there and put in the battery, but I guess not. I guess I go up here, and, like, up this, or something? It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. So, like, while I do appreciate the greater detail that comes with this approach, it does make traverse a little difficult. What? Now I'm here.